Hola mis amores, this is isaquinovlogs and I'm back with another video. And for today's video, we will be answering your questions from um, my channel Instagram. And by we, I mean royal we because it's just me. And for today's video, I will be answering each of these questions in depth, except for the final question because that question itself is going to be a separate video I'm going to record in the future. So, if by chance, into that video, you're seeing in this as is either like in the future or something like that, that video might be posted. But if you're seeing this the day I post it, then that will be in the future. So I'll be doing each of these questions in depth as possible as I can, and then I'll go on to the next one and the next until I get to the final question. And if you want to ask me a question, you can always go to that at Instagram. It's almost spelled the same way as my YouTube channel, except you can't. I don't think you can do an enye on Instagram, so you might just be. I just only be able to ooh, write it without an enye. So that Instagram account was spelled uh, lowercase I saquinovlogs. So Isaquine's vlogs, just like my channel name, except I can't do a. So you can't use an enye, so you have to spell it with a regular N. Uh, oh Lord. Okay, so you have to spell it with a regular N, and you can't do the apostrophe, so you just have to spell how I said it before, isaquinos, and then in vlogs, like no space, and the I in the front has to be the lowercase. Either way, my the the my Instagram handle will be in the description, and also the pinned comment. So then you can go to that account and ask me any questions via DM, or you can even put your questions in the comment section below. Okay, so that was the intro stuff, and now on to the questions. The first question for today is, what is my favorite movie? Okay, so I have a different one than I did before. Although they're from the same movie duology, almost trilogy, because the third one hasn't come out yet, and that is Into the Spider-Verse. That was my original favorite movie. I liked the animation from it, and the dialogue, the character interaction, the characters themselves. The voice actors did a really good job in the movie. But that placement has now been taken by the second movie in the Spider-Verse trilogy, because they're about to do a third one. And my current favorite movie is Across the Spider-Verse. I had first watched that movie with my friends. Even before that, I had heard the soundtrack, the movie soundtrack to that movie. So I had first heard the movie soundtrack. I heard all the songs. I heard the character themes, and I love the soundtrack. I still do. And then during that time when I saw it with my three friends, I saw the soundtrack onto the movie, the characters. So I saw the themes with the characters, and during the scenes where these songs were supposed to be done, and I was blown away. So that is why my current and favorite movie is Into the Across the Spider-Verse. I almost said the old one because of how the movie soundtrack blended so well with the characters, the storyline of the movie, the interactions, all of it. I'm probably repeating myself, but it's true. Like those are the reasons why that movie is not my favorite movie. The characters, the soundtrack, the interactions, and the movie as a whole, including I was trying to say VA work, but it wasn't working. The voice acting in it was amazing. So yeah, my favorite movie, to answer this question, is Across the Spider-Verse. Right. The next question in our little Q and A here is, what's my favorite impression to do? I don't actually have a favorite for that. So my little tidbit about me, I don't have favorites for that many things, except for favorite movie, favorite chocolate, and favorite color, which would be very surprising. Which would be very surprising, um, a lot, because my literal favorite color is different from my favorite Ninja Turtle. Um, that is not a question for this video. So if you want to know that, comment down below. Down below. Oh, if you want to know what my favorite color is, and possibly my favorite Ninja Turtle. So back to this question. I don't have a favorite impression myself, but my mom's favorite impression that I do is Chewbacca. She always laughs whenever I do Chewbacca. So like if I go something like, she will literally start laughing. So yeah, that's her favorite impression of mine. An impression of mine that I do a lot that could possibly count as my favorite is Optimus Prime. Every single time I say, oh, I can do voice impressions, including referencing the fact that I have a voice impression video on the channel, as I constantly say, like, oh, I can do Optimus Prime. And then I ask people, like, oh, do you want me to do it? Some of them say, like, oh, yeah, go for it. So then I breathe, I focus, I put myself in the register, and then I say, in his voice, Bumblebee, are you with me? The fight is not over. Are you with me, old friend? Thank you. For Cybertron, for Earth, for the Autobots, charge! And then they're surprised that I know how to do that. That is not a voice line from Optimus. That is basically what I just say whenever I do his voice. So yeah, my pseudo favorite voice impression that I do is Optimus Prime, and the favorite voice impression I have done that is the favorite of my mom is Chewbacca. Also, a little story about that voice impression video. Someone actually recognized me from that video because I did Splinter. So that was nice. I hadn't been recognized before, so that was interesting. They caught me off guard, but that made me smiley the rest of that day. If you want to hear the entirety of that story, comment down below, and I might make a small video about it or a YouTube short. Alright, next video here. Also, if you see me looking down, my phone has the questions. So, like, if I'm looking down or something and not looking up, that's because I'm looking at the questions. It's like questions. I could go like this, but it would probably still be weird. So, yeah. So yeah, that's why I'm looking down every time I look at one of the questions. And the next question is hey, and then my real name. Who's your favorite Bible character besides Jesus, of course, and why? Okay, so I actually do have a favorite for that. And my favorite person in the Bible besides Jesus is Moses. And the reason why is the fact that Moses Moses had a stutter. And so when God was telling Moses, Moses, I choose you to go out and preach the gospel to Israel. Well, Moses was wondering why he chose him because he had a stutter, and throughout the entire interaction, God kept telling him, "Your stutter, the fact that you stutter, doesn't affect my choice of the fact that I chose you. I will give you the words, Or they still had the entire conversation, but eventually, Moses said yes, and that started his journey of preaching the gospel to others, preaching it around, and doing the Lord's will. And the reason why he's my favorite person in the Bible besides Jesus is because I myself have a stutter. As you can probably tell by this video from the times where I've tripped up, or in previous videos where I've stuttered a lot more. I don't stutter as much as I used to, but there's still the fact that I have a stutter. But the fact that God chose Moses, even though he did have one, is inspiring to me, because as if Moses with his stutter could go out and preach the gospel to entire crowds, or just a small group of people wherever he was led to go, then I can do that too. Whether it's talking, whether it's preaching the gospel or talking to the gospel with a friend or someone I know or someone I meet, or doing YouTube videos like I'm doing right now, it's possible. Oh, and besides, even though I have a stutter, so yeah, that is the answer to that question. My favorite uh, Bible character besides Jesus is Moses. And the reason why is because he had a stutter like me, and that didn't stop him. I mean, even though he was afraid at first, he faced it, aced it. He had faith in God and just went out and preached. Yeah. And the last question of today, um, I'm looking at it right here, is what made you want to start a YouTube channel? That question of itself, in it of itself, is a future video that I will do where I will explain the origin of my channel, but I will still answer that question. What made me start? Oh shoot! Yeah, I'm holding my phone, so the fact that I was about to move my hand because like I was gonna do this with my hair. Um. So, ooh. Yeah. Ooh. Ooh. Problemas de YouTuber. When you want to answer questions and you nearly hit the thing and drop it. That you're answering the questions with and drop it. So okay, so the reason what made me want to start a YouTube channel is because one of the reasons is because I asked my mom when I was younger, like either my freshman year in high school or my 8th grade year in middle school. I had asked my mom, "Oh, can I start a YouTube channel?" And she said yes. So that same day, I started a YouTube channel, and I recorded my first video. That video is still on the channel. Um, one little I guess fun fact: my channel name, which is currently isaquinovlogs, isn't the same one I had when I started. When I started under Life of Morales, and I eventually switched over to isaquinovlogs. Crazy enough, because my mom gave me the idea to switching my name to isaquinovlogs. And at the time, my sister was doing YouTube as well, and she also had her name as Life of and then her name. So my mom had told me like, oh, you could if you want to switch your name to Easy Games Vlogs, and I eventually did, and that's why my YouTube name is now currently Easy Games Vlogs. So when I started out, I started out recording on my phone. Not this one. I have a this is my new phone, my newer phone. The one I first started recording on was a different one. It was it was an older model than this one. It was much smaller. Um, but yeah, so I started YouTube with just a cell phone and a dream of wanting to become a YouTuber, and that's the first reason as to why I started YouTube, because I asked my mom if I could start a channel, and she said yes. A second reason is because, like I said before, when I was talking about how Moses is my favorite person in the Bible besides Jesus, is because I have a stutter. My stutter was a lot worse back when I was younger, so I had the idea to start a YouTube channel so I could try and manage my stutter better and get better at speaking. And as you can tell, I still have a little bit of a stutter, but I am better at than I was before. And even though I stutter, I'm still going to do YouTube. Stuttering is a part of who I am, um, and I'm going to be afraid of showing the fact that I have a stutter, because many people like me have a stutter, and it's fine. It's normal. It's a part of who we are, and we can learn how to manage it. Whether it's going to a speech therapist or maybe doing what I did and starting a YouTube channel. So yeah, uh, what made me want to start a YouTube channel was to help me with my stutter, and because I asked my mom and she let me. So that's the end of that question. And with that, that's the end of this Q&A video. And like I said before, if you'd like a part 2, then comment down below, get this video to more than 60 likes, and I'll make a part 2, and I'll answer more questions, whether it's questions on the comments of this video or questions you send to my channel Instagram, which, like I said before, or in the description and in the pinned comment, how you spell my handle, so you don't so you're able to find it. So, outro time. I'm so if you've made it this far, like the video, or do a comment, comment what you think. If you're one of the people I answered this question to, and you're watching the video right now, hi. I hope I was able to answer your questions to the best of your ability. And to the person who asked why I first started making a YouTube channel, I will have a video dedicated to the origin of my channel and how I first started doing YouTube. So your question will be more fully explained in depth in that video. But until then, there's the answer I gave in this video. And if you want to join me some as and become one and be a part of my journey as a YouTuber, then you go down to that little red subscribe button that's probably right here, if I'm not mistaken, and press it, and go to the little bell and press that bell so you get all notifications for my channel, so then you can see how I continue to evolve as a YouTuber, and come along for the ride. So that's been this video. Mis amores, los amo, and I hope you guys have a good rest of your day.